In today's story, we got another wild one. This is another high school story of mine. And yes, you read the video title absolutely correctly. I was actually pretty excited to wait to tell this story because there were a lot of other stories I wanted to tell first, but this one is great nonetheless. So yeah, the police actually came to our school and it was because of one of my classmates. But first, I am 100% sure you will enjoy today's story, so make sure to stick through the end. It will massively help out my channel, and if you watch till the end, the algorithm will pick up this video. So for me as a humble small creator, it will mean the world. If you want to be featured in the next video with your own story, you can do so by mailing me at rajbusiness@gmail.com. Mail me a story, don't be afraid, and I will share it in the next video. But without further ado, let's get right into it. So when I was 15, 16 years old, I was friends with a couple of dudes, and most of them were very nice dudes. Nothing wrong with them at all. One of them was called Lucas, and he was just the nicest dude, and you could really see that he was influencing the other dudes because he was so nice and chill and funny. There was no one in our group that was toxic or anything like that. So yeah, he really just put the best out of us. However, there was also this other dude in our friend group, and his name was Jimmy. And Jimmy, well, he was kind of a brat to the teachers. The teachers didn't really like him because he barely listened to them, but he was really funny, so some teachers just laughed about his pranks, I don't know, somewhere when he didn't listen and when he just was talking about and when he was joking around, he didn't necessarily hurt anyone. He wasn't a filthy bully at all, but you see, he really had this you only live once YOLO attitude. So yeah, he was popular for the wrong reasons, but also the best reason, because if you're 15, if you're in the middle of your puberty, you just love it if someone is dunking on teachers, not in a toxic way, but just in a funny way, pranking them. I remember he was putting the sticky tape you put on paper. I remember he put it on one side of the door frame and then the other one, and kind of stretched it around, so when the teacher came in the classroom, he bumped into his, he bumped his forehead into that sticky tape, and then someone filmed it and put it on this website. It was a scuffed YouTube where only people where they fall off bikes or got pranked or something. Only those type of videos were on that website, or people crashing into each other basically. Or people fighting, for example. Yeah, that website. And I remember in 3 days time, that video got 140,000 views. I didn't even reach that many views per video. Let alone in my total, on my channel after hundreds of videos, let alone per video. So yeah, it went pretty viral. And from that moment on, I mean, he was really becoming this famous dude in our school. Oh yeah, kind of off topic, but this dude, I remember this new detail about him. This dude would only eat potato crisps or chips, depending on where you live. He would just have this whole bag of chips and he would eat all of them. He had no bread. He didn't eat sandwiches or a salad or anything else during lunch. He literally just ate potato crisps. But other than that, he wasn't really fat or bulky. He was just healthy all around. He didn't look like he was suffering from it. So yeah, strong man, strong, healthy man. Also because of him, the police came to our school. Now, how did this happen? It's kind of out of the blue, I know. But you see, back then we were watching a lot of iCarly. We loved watching. And I remember there was this one episode where they were starting to prank each other and throw a smoke bomb or something like that. It wasn't just iCarly. It was also just these random American high school series, where very wild stuff happened in them. And I guess because we were from Europe, we just wanted to emulate all these pranks, and we never thought about getting in trouble after them. Because if everything goes right in the series, why wouldn't it go right IRL, in real life, right? And I mean, just as I told you before, Jimmy was an absolute psycho. He would do anything for attention. And we, in turn, his friends, his friend group, would laugh their asses off. Yep, including me. And if I'm really thinking about it, I just feel so guilty because I just feel that because of me, the police came to our school, that I was the one to laugh about his pranks, laugh after he was pranking someone. It really feels like we were the ones to validate his behavior, which is obviously like not true at all. I mean, we were 15, we were stupid. I mean, what can you say? Anyways, I remember like it was yesterday. I remember sitting in economics class and I was like talking to a friend of mine who was next to me. And I remember he was a communist, so I always kind of dunked on his communist viewpoints and kind of like discussed everything of like why communism can never work and capitalism will always work and stuff like that. He was never really salty about it, but we just did nothing. Because we were in economics and because our teacher was pretty chill about everything, like we didn't really do much. We would get C's and D's or like 6 out of 10s all of the time, you know, really efficient marks. But we wouldn't really work that hard to like get really good grades because to be honest, I never really liked economics at all. It's like one of these subjects that I can't seem to understand. It doesn't matter how long I study. It was always just so hard for me for some reason. So anyways, our high school had 2 buildings. You had the study building and you had the regular building. And like the study building had like a computer lab in it and like a tiny library where students could study. And most of the classrooms were actually occupied by like the older classes and the higher level classes, like the pre-university education students. And also the administration office, for example, if you were like sick and you had to hand in some notes that you're sick, you had to go to like the administration office in that same building. But like between the 2 school buildings there was a road, and that road was leading all the way to our gym class, like our gym building, which was at the back of the campus of our school. And it was this road made for trucks to kind of unload goods at the back of the gym. For example, toilet accessories, or like if there's a cleaner, you know, in his van, he can just enter the school from that direction, from that road. And at the end of that road there was also a parking lot for all the teachers, their cars. So anyways, we were discussing about how shit communism is, and then all of a sudden I look outside of the window and I just hear the loudest sirens ever. And the sirens came closer and closer until I could recognize that the police car was actually inside of our street. Now at first I was thinking like, oh, there is nothing going on at all and there's probably some crazy people escaping the mental asylum that was literally next to our high school. So I just thought that like the police officers were trying to catch some crazies, nothing special at all. Although all of a sudden I was looking at the school gates and there were like these electrical gates that would just slide to the left or right, you know, and they would slide open, and all of a sudden the police car just came crashing right over the pavement in front of the gate and would just drive on campus. And I was just shocked. Like everyone in the classroom was like looking outside of the window, really asking themselves, why the hell is there a police car in our class? And we immediately started panicking because we were thinking that some student had a knife or something, or that there was like a criminal on campus. And little did we know, Jimmy was the freaking criminal. But the thing is, our economics teacher, he was pretty chill, but he didn't let us out of the classroom at all because he didn't feel the need to. Only if the school alarm goes off, only then are teachers allowed to let the students go, which is, to be quite honest with you, understandable. So anyways, after 5 minutes, the police car was driving the opposite direction outside of the gates. The siren lights were still on, but the sirens themselves were off. And I could see that behind the police car there was a teacher driving in their car. So they were kind of following the police car, and I didn't really quite see who was in the police car because the windows were all tinted and dark. So like I never assumed that Jimmy was actually in the back seat of the police car. Like I could never understand. But soon I would realize, because it was the lunch break after the economics class and I went downstairs, and all of a sudden Lucas, another dude of our friend group, ran towards us and he started screaming, "Jimmy just got arrested, guys. You should have seen it. It was so hilarious." And I was like, wait, what the fuck are you talking about? How do you mean Jimmy got arrested? And Lucas was like, yeah man, he totally got arrested. I saw him being taken into custody. And I'm like, nah man, you're full of shit. Jimmy could never been arrested. Like, he does stupid things sometimes, but he would never be arrested for it. Like, come on. So it turns out our little Jimmy here was throwing a smoke bomb in the classroom where he was on. But the thing is, when he fabricated that smoke bomb, it exploded. And part of the iron around the smoke bomb actually pierced the window right through and also wounded 2 students their arms and the teacher his leg. Like, holy shit, that actually, I still can't believe that actually happened and how stupid he was. But yeah, he definitely went too far, way overboard with this one, because the whole classroom was just filled with smoke through the brim and he kind of escaped the classroom with his backpack with everything, together with some other dudes in the classroom. But yeah, apparently someone of the classmates, someone called the police and they took him in. Now you might wonder how this all ended. Well, Jimmy got suspended for like 2 weeks, and because this was the very first time he did something that extreme, and because eventually no one of like the teachers or the student sued him or anything, he could walk free. Moral of the story, don't be a Jimmy, don't be stupid, don't try to act tough or be funny and then do something completely irrelevant and stupid, because you're not gonna be tough. You're definitely gonna be memorable, but at what cost? The best way to support my channel is to binge watch my older storytime videos. They are showing up on screen right now. Make sure to also check out the suggested tab. If you enjoyed, make sure to smash the like button, it would mean the world to me. Subscribe if you are new on the channel, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.